Ever wondered if parent is actually an acronym for person adept at resolving every new tantrum? You know, those moments when your little one decides that the floor is the perfect place for a meltdown, or when they suddenly develop an intense dislike for their favorite toy. Welcome to the Parenting Punchline. Today we prepare you for what they don't tell you. It's full of surprise questions with answers you have to improvise. Brace yourselves, it's gonna be a wild ride. Well, if you thought so, you might not be too far off the mark. Let's dive into the world of parenthood, where every day is a new adventure or a new challenge, depending on how much sleep you've had. Have you ever attempted to decipher the intricate language of baby babble, only to realize it's an elaborate code for "I need a diaper change now"? Or perhaps you've experienced the ultimate test of patience when your little one decides to turn mealtime into an abstract art session, using mashed peas as their medium of choice. The joys of parenthood. And who could forget the first time they experienced the diaper blowout? It's a rite of passage for every new parent. One minute you're adoring your peacefully sleeping baby, the next you're in the middle of a full-scale cleanup operation. Trust me, no parenting book can prepare you for that. Then there are those magical first steps. You're there, phone in hand, ready to capture this milestone moment. But your little explorer has other plans. Instead of walking towards you, they veer off towards the most dangerous object in the room. Suddenly, you're a sprinter at the Olympics, dashing to prevent the inevitable crash. And let's not forget the time when you become a human jungle gym. You're sitting on the couch trying to enjoy a rare moment of peace. Suddenly, your child sees you not as their loving parent, but as Mount Everest waiting to be conquered. Before you know it, you're engulfed in a flurry of tiny, determined limbs. Yet, amid these chaotic, messy, and unpredictable moments, there are flashes of pure joy. The first time they say mama or dada, the way they giggle when you play peekaboo, their tiny hand reaching out for yours. These are the moments that make all those sleepless nights and diaper disasters worth it. So, to all the brave souls navigating the wild world of parenthood, here's a toast to you. For every diaper blowout, there's a heart-melting smile. For every sleepless night, there's a morning filled with giggles. And for every challenge, there's an unforgettable moment of joy. And you thought your job was tough, try negotiating with a toddler. Remember the days when you could sleep in till noon? Well, kiss those days goodbye. Welcome to the third chapter of our unfiltered parenthood saga, or as we like to call it, the Sleep Deprivation Diaries. Pull up a chair, or better yet, a cozy bed, because we're about to dive into the dreamy world of new parenthood, where sleep is as elusive as a unicorn. Now, if you thought you knew what tired was, buckle up, my friend. Parenthood brings a whole new level of fatigue, the kind where you're so tired that you start to question your own existence. You know it's bad when you're out and about, and you start seeing every park bench or bus seat as a potential nap spot. And then there are those unforgettable moments that can only be attributed to sleep deprivation. Like the time you put your phone in the fridge and the butter in your pocket. Or the time you tried to change the TV channel with a baby bottle. Or my personal favorite, when you find yourself rocking back and forth in public even when you're not holding the baby. But there's a silver lining to this sleep-deprived cloud. You become the master of doing things one-handed. You develop an uncanny ability to function on less sleep than a nocturnal animal, and you learn the true meaning of patience. You may also discover that the middle of the night holds some of the most precious moments, like when it's just you and your baby in the quiet stillness, and they look up at you with those big, innocent eyes. It's in these moments that you realize it's all worth it. So, yes, the nights are long and sometimes the days are even longer, but remember, this is just a phase that will pass before you know it. And when it does, you'll miss those middle-of-the-night cuddles and the sweet baby smell that comes with them. On the bright side, who needs an alarm clock when you have a baby? And then there's the food, or should we say, the food fights. The great culinary battlefield that is your dining room. Picture this, you, the brave parent, armed with a spoonful of mashed peas, facing off against your toddler, the stubborn opponent. You try every trick in the book. The airplane spoon, the distraction technique, the look, your teddy bear is eating sham. But alas, the peas end up everywhere but in their mouth. And let's not forget the mess. Oh, the mess, it's like a Jackson Pollock painting in there. Spaghetti on the ceiling, juice on the walls, and a tiny Picasso grinning from ear to ear. You'll find yourself wondering if there's more food on the floor or in their bellies. And just when you think you've cleaned up, every last morsel, you'll find a hidden stash of carrots under the high chair a week later. But hey, feeding time isn't just about the battles and the mess, it's also about the creativity, because when you're a parent, you're not just a caregiver, you're a chef, a food artist, and a master of disguise. You find yourself turning broccoli into trees and mashed potatoes into fluffy clouds. You whip up colorful fruit salads that look like rainbows and pancakes shaped like their favorite cartoon characters. You become an expert at hiding veggies in the most unsuspecting dishes because, let's face it, hidden vegetables is a parenting strategy that's as old as time. So while the food fiasco might be a challenge, it's also an adventure. It's a chance to bond with your little one, to laugh at the chaos, and to celebrate the small victories, like when they finally eat that piece of broccoli they've been pushing around their plate. And remember, this too shall pass. One day, they'll be making their own sandwiches, and you'll find yourself missing the days of food fights and messy meal times, because in the end, these are the moments that make parenthood so beautifully unpredictable and profoundly rewarding. Who knew that getting a small human to eat could be this challenging? But despite the sleepless nights and the food fights, parenthood has its perks. Yes, you heard it right, folks. For all the chaos and exhaustion, there are moments of pure, unexpected joy that make every challenge worthwhile. Imagine this. It's a typical Tuesday morning. You've been up since the crack of dawn, juggling a dozen different tasks. You're tired, you're frazzled, and you're just about ready to throw in the towel. And then, out of the blue, you catch your little one's first smile. It's a tiny, tentative curve of the lips, but it lights up their whole face, and suddenly, your weary heart is full to bursting. That's the magic of parenthood. And then there are those first words. Oh, the thrill of hearing your baby utter their first coherent sounds. It might be mama, dada, or something entirely unexpected like dog. No matter what it is, that moment when they look at you with their innocent eyes and call you by your new title, you will feel a sense of joy and accomplishment that can't be described in mere words. But it's not just about the milestones. It's about the everyday moments that fill you with a love so profound it takes your breath away. Like when they fall asleep on your chest, their tiny breaths warm against your skin. Or when they reach out with those chubby little hands to touch your face, their eyes full of trust and adoration. It's in those moments that you realize the true beauty of parenthood. It's not about getting it right all the time or having all the answers. It's about being present, being human, and loving your child with all you've got. It's about finding joy in the mess, laughter in the chaos, and love in every single moment. So yes, parenthood is a wild ride. It's a beautiful, messy, chaotic journey, but it's also filled with moments of pure, unadulterated joy that make every sleepless night, every mealtime mess, and every diaper change absolutely worth it. And that, my friends, is the paradox of parenthood. It's the hardest job you'll ever love. So, what have we learned today about the wild ride that is parenthood? Well, we've discovered that parenthood is a lot like an unanticipated pop quiz, full of questions we didn't even know we needed to ask. We've journeyed through what they don't tell you of parenthood, navigating the highs and lows, the laughter and tears, and the countless moments that make this journey so incredibly special. We've explored the sleep deprivation diaries, where the night becomes day and day becomes a blur. We've learned that coffee is our new best friend and that sleep is a luxury, not a necessity. We ventured into the food fiasco, where we learned that mealtimes can be compared to a wrestling match. We've discovered that food can be worn, thrown, and sometimes, just sometimes, actually consumed. Then we've experienced the unexpected joy of parenthood, those precious moments that make all the challenges worthwhile. The first smiles, the first steps, the first words, and the pure, unconditional love that fills our hearts to the brim. In essence, the parenthood is a roller coaster, a wild, unpredictable, exhilarating ride. It's a journey filled with twists and turns, ups and downs, but one thing remains certain: it's the most rewarding ride of your life. Remember, there's no perfect way to be a parent, but a million ways to be a good one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because let's be real, parenting is like being in a sitcom where the script is written by a toddler. You never know what's coming next. Until next time, keep surviving and thriving in the wonderful chaos of parenthood. And as always, thanks for watching.